wore a couple of hats, right? Chairman of the Democratic Party in Suffolk. Also, what a job he does as supervisor of the great town of Babylon. I didn't know this. Shame on me yesterday. As far as my guest coming up is the president of the Plumbing Contractors Association of New York, the PCALI. And they launched the tip line, very important message. Rich Schaefer, ladies and gentlemen, is just that. How about that? Schaefer, you have nothing else to do during the course of a day? I didn't even know that. Welcome.
I'm a plumber extraordinaire, as they say. Yeah, it's a group I've been working with for about probably now almost 15 years. It's made up of plumbing contractors that many people know on Long Island. They are local. They are their employees are Plumbers Local 200 members that serve Nassau and Suffolk counties. And it's some of the big names that you see: Macarone Plumbing, Botto Mechanical, ARA, Lakeville Pace, JPR. These are all the plumbing companies that people utilize for both residential as well as commercial development here on Island.
Now, listen, I got to check myself here because Jimmy Russo is the president, right, of the PCALI. Jeff Connolly is the VP. Give me your title now. Give me your title.
Yeah, so my title is executive director. So what I do is I organize their monthly meetings. I assist them with publicity, like on this issue, and talking about the dangers of using an unlicensed plumber. And in my role in the town, as you know, we're responsible for the building codes, which involves the plumbing codes. So we are constantly reminding our residents and business owners that when they do need a plumber, they want to make sure that the person is licensed, that the person has adequate insurance coverage, so that if there is an issue, that they will be protected by the insurance. And also, there are many horror stories where people have used unlicensed plumbers because maybe that person gives them a quote-unquote cheaper price. But usually when you get a cheaper price, you're going to end up paying for it in the end. We just had recently, we did a undercover operation in the town where we found 4 different plumbers that were that had licenses that were allowing unlicensed plumbers to use their license, and a number of the situations ended up costing the homeowner a lot more, and because the work was done shoddily, the work was done in a very bad way, and ended up, in one case, involved natural gas connection that could have ended up in a really bad way if it had not been discovered by the shoddy work that was done by the unlicensed plumber.
That's an excellent point. And, you know, when I saw this, I was interested in reporting it because, you know, we report this type of stuff. And that's why the most important question I ask personally myself, if I need somebody in the house, whatever, are you licensed and insured? And that is the big question, folks, because then, you know, then you have a little bit of leeway as far as if the work is compromised, okay? The work is now, if somebody isn't licensed and insured and you're getting a better price, you got to think twice. You really do. Right. Because, A, the shoddy work and the problems that could – then you have no recourse. You have no recourse to go after an individual based on that, right, Rich?
Yep, you have no recourse, and in the case of an unlicensed plumber – you can't then pivot to the town or the county, which licenses plumbers in various jurisdictions, that would be able to hold the licensed plumber accountable. I'll give you an example. In Babylon, we have a plumbers licensing board, and that board not only tests all of the applicants who wish to apply for a license to test their credentials and their experience, and whether or not they can do the work, both in a written test form as well as a practical test form. But that board also hears complaints about licensed plumbers, and they can hold that person accountable. If it's an unlicensed plumber, all bets are off, and you have to then try and get something, whether it be in small claims court or a further action through Suffolk County Consumer Affairs. So it's a lot more involved, and it causes a lot many more problems for the homeowner or the business owner who uses an unlicensed plumber. And that's why we set up this tip line where we are asking people, and you can report the tips anonymously if they know of an unlicensed plumber. A lot of times we've spent time going through advertisements on Indeed or Facebook, any of the social media platforms that allow people to advertise, and we'll pick out those that we know to be unlicensed, then we'll be able to go after them. But the public can also help us in this, and that's why we created a special phone number at 631-759-5592, or you can email to contactpcali@gmail.com. And this is all on our Facebook posting and our social media posting. And we're going to be advertising this throughout the fall as people start to do work. You know, summertime is a lot of downtime for vacations and such, but people start getting into projects or even emergencies that they need to be handled, and all of it should be handled by a licensed plumber who's been trained, has proper safety, and carries liability insurance.
There you go. And again, let me just reiterate what Rich said with that tips hotline. 631-759-5592 or email contact PCALI@gmail.com. Very important, ladies and gentlemen, because the one thing we don't want to see you have are problems. And that's why, you know, the revoking of a license, a plumber fraudulently covering for some sort of an unlicensed plumber, this will send a message regarding this illegal behavior. It won't be tolerated in many a community, we hope. Listen, we report on stuff like this all the time. If you're not licensed and insured, take a walk. You're not going to get away with it here on the island. Rich, great stuff. The executive director, as far as the Plumbing Contractors Association of Long Island. Yeah, he wears many hats, but wears them well, I might add. And by the way, sir, we will have you on sooner than later regarding the upcoming elections, as we do every year with you. We love doing it.
Yes, and Jay, and thanks for promoting this, and thanks for what you guys do for on the political and governmental front. It's been very helpful to all of our residents.
Well, that's what we do. That's what we're supposed to do, at least. That's part of the job here on the morning show, to tell it to the folks so that they can decipher the information in proper fashion. Can't thank you enough, my friend. We'll talk soon. We'll have you back.